yesterday. I wanted to have more news and stuff, and obviously so many of the other channels did a video, and they did some great stuff yesterday. What an absolute palaver at West Ham yesterday. I think it's safe to say that he is going to go. I think that decision's done. And that's not me. I'm not in the know or anything like that. But I think the news was so thick and so heavy yesterday. And the fact that the picture leaked of Steiden and Graham Potter together, I think it just adds more fuel to the fire that it probably will be Potter. Lopetegui will probably be announced as going within the next couple of days, or if you believe what they say, he may get Villa, but why would you give him that now after what came out yesterday? It's just a palaver. For those of you, who haven't got all the news, just give you a little sort of mini update. So apparently the news was leaked to TalkSport by some source at West Ham. Who knows who that was? And then apparently, or allegedly, TalkSport have obviously gone live with the news. Lopetegui's been sacked, bloody, Graham Potter's going to come in. And then obviously just created absolute chaos. The club went into massive panic mode and into a silence, because obviously they was waiting to tell Lopetegui themselves so that they could sack him and then announce Potter. And obviously it's got all the, the vibes of the Kirbishley sort of situation, where Lopetegui potentially now could sue the club for going behind his back and trying to talk to another manager before they've taken him out, which again, it would be typical West Ham thing to do, wouldn't it? Nothing's run smooth with West Ham ever. I'm relieved that he will be going, because I think that's inevitable now. I think whatever happens now, it's sort of put in a situation where these parties can't work together. He clearly knows West Ham don't want him no more. West Ham don't want him anymore. And it looks like Graham Potter is ready to take the job. And it looks like we've been pushed into this potentially by Potter sort of flashing his knickers at Everton. And I think it's sort of pushed us into gear for it. Potter's not my first choice, but I think, I think he's a good manager. I do. I think it's a harsh treatment. The Chelsea one, I think it was a poison chalice. A lot of managers have, tried and failed there for a long time, and it only just started clicking a little bit this season. And even now they're going through a little wobble again. So, it wasn't the ideal job for him. Obviously, we'll get behind Potter if it is Potter when it is announced. I know there was very scary rumours of Steve Cooper last night, which God no, good God no. But yeah, the good thing with Potter, listen. He likes youth players. He likes developing them. I don't know what the deal is. We won't know what the deal is for probably a couple of days if it is announced. Whether it is the short-term deal and he said, look, I'll come in and prove myself and see what happens. Or whether West Ham have been pushed into offering a slightly longer-term deal. It's a shame that people like Potts and Urfi are not there, because I do think he'd use them. There are some rumours, again, are probably bit wide of the mark, but who knows? I can understand why these rumours have come up that maybe Dan Ashworth may be following him into the club, which would probably mean Steiden's going. Obviously Dan Ashworth worked at Brighton, worked at Newcastle, recently sacked from Manchester United, but I think with the Manchester United one, it's a bit harsh on him. I think that was more of Radcliffe, just sort of cutting ties and stuff, and trying to reduce the cost there. It's just a weird club, Man United, at the minute. So it makes sense. Rumours were that Sullivan wasn't fully keen on Potter a couple of years ago, because he used to say, it was because it was such a great, well-run club and he had all the team around him. Maybe the board are thinking, look, if we bring Potter in and Dan Ashworth was to follow. I don't know whether this is true, but, if Dan Ashworth was to come in, you've got that backing of the team. I think the best thing that Potter could do if he comes in, I've seen a couple of channels sat, I think he needs someone West Ham as his assistant, or at least one of the coaches there, just to have that sort of, that rapport between the players, the fans. Who that is, I don't know. I can't say I could particularly name someone unless he wanted to give Mark that chance. But yeah, I think that's one of the first things he could do to really get fans on side straight away. My biggest worry about Potter is that I get Slavan Bilic vibes with him. Listen, I love Slav. I think he was a brilliant manager, but I think his friendliness and niceness is what killed him in the end. I think players sort of started taking advantage of him, and listen, he wasn't fully backed in the end and stuff like that didn't go his way. But I think what West Ham need at the minute is, a leader of men. Someone who will go in there and, say the right stuff, galvanise this team, get everyone back on side. And I'm not sure whether Potter's that man. I think Potter can get us playing. I think Potter will use youth players, and I think he'll get a bit more out of us. He definitely plays a more pressing style of football and a more attacking style of play that we all want to see. And whoever comes in now, what is a good thing is, as long as he keeps us up, which any decent manager would be able to do, and if he was to get the job permanently, this is like an extended pre-season for him. He gets a chance to maybe sign a couple of players in January and have a look at them. He gets to have a proper look at the team between now and the end of the season, because this season's right off anyway. It's done. We're not going to get in Europe unless we had a miracle. But yeah, it gives him a chance to instill some ideas. Like I say, look at the team, long pre-season, and then maybe be ready to properly go in August when he's got his team together. He knows what's good, what's not good, who the bad apples are. And we'll see. Like I say, absolute circus at West Ham though, in terms of how this has been done again. But hopefully, like I say, Potter can give us a little bit of hope between now and the end of the season, and just get us playing a little bit better, and just anything better than Lopetegui at the minute, because that man's done. He's finished. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. 1 minute, couple of comments here. I don't think he will be. Unlike a few others, don't think he is that good as Brighton's setup made him look. A lot better he is since he left Brighton. Have not gone backwards. Yeah, it's true, mate. Like I say, we have to wait and see. He is an okay manager. I'm not saying he's what I want, but let me go on record right there. Graham Potter is not who I would have wanted, but I think he will steady the ship, hopefully, fingers crossed, till the end of the season. Then we see what happens. If it looks good, you take him on, you give him a chance. If not, we look again. If it is a short-term deal, we won't know the official until someone says, if it's short-term, long-term. We'll wait and see. I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I'm very close to work now. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if there is any news updates throughout the day. Obviously, I will be back at some point. But yes, it does look like Julian Lopetegui will be gone, and Graham Potter could be the next West Ham manager. Come on, you Irons, keep believing, hit that subscribe button. Let's go.